Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Subscribe to my channel for more videos and click the bell icon for further notifications. Here's another video on races and games where the most frequently asked pattern of questions has been picked from the previous year paper. In this video, one mark multiple choice questions will be discussed. Let's start. Two athletes, Vijay and Samuel, finished 100 meters race in 12 seconds and 16 seconds respectively. By how many meters does Vijay defeat Samuel? The options are 10.2 meters, 15 meters, 25 meters, 33.3 meters. Here, they are asking us to figure out by how many meters does Vijay defeated our Samuel. So let's find the difference in time between them. So here 16 minus 12 will give us 4 seconds. That means Vijay is faster by 4 seconds. So he is actually defeating the Samuel. So he beats Samuel by. So for Samuel, he is covering 100 meters and he's taking nearly 16 seconds. So Samuel has been expressed in terms of fraction here. With that, we'll be multiplying our seconds, the difference in time where Vijay got faster. So let's cancel this. 4 goes into 16 4 times and 4 goes into 125. So 25 meters is our answer. Let's move on to the next question. In this question, a team played 40 games in a season and won in 24 of them. What percent of games played did the team win? The options are 70%, 40%, 60%, 35%. Here they're talking about the percentage. When it comes to percentage, we should always express them as a fraction. So fraction means what do we want over the total, the part over whole. So here, what do we want actually? How many games they have won? 24 games out of 40 games. 40 games is the overall total number of games. We need to convert this fraction to a percentage. So we are going to multiply with 100. So if we cancel the 0, and then 4 goes in 24 6 times. So 6 times 10 is 60. 60% is our answer. So whenever they are talking about the percentage, it's better to express them as a fraction and then to be multiplying with 100. That gives us the required answer. What do we want? Let's move on to the next question. Here in this question, in a 1 kilometer race, A, B and C are 3 participants. A can give B start of 50 meter and C a start of 69 meter. The start which B can allow C is. The options are 17 meter, 18 meter, 19 meter, 20 meter. A start off meaning A is leading by, or A is leading over B as well as C. That is the meaning. So if you want to look into the meaning of the wordings or what kind of phrases they are using in the questions, please refer for the previous video. That will give you an idea about approaching the questions. Let's start now. So it's a 1 kilometer race. So we'll convert that to a meter. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Why? Remaining information and all has been provided in terms of meter. So it's better to keep the answer in terms of meter so that we can choose the options also in terms of meter. Let's start now. So here, A is actually covering 1000 meter. That is for sure because A is the winner here. So A is covering 1000 meters. We'll visualize this. We'll try to visualize this first. So they are telling us A can give B a start of 50 meter. That means we need to take away 50 from 1000. That will give us 950 meters. So for B, the distance is actually 950 meters for B. Not only that, we are going to think about our C also. So they are telling that C a start of 69 meter. So we need to take away 69 from 1000. So it's better to borrow from our 0. In order to borrow from the 0, we need to convert this 0 as 10, so that we are borrowing from 10 that has been reduced to 9, and this becomes 10. So if we take away 9 from 10, that is 1, and here it would be actually 9. Then only it becomes 10, because we are borrowing from this 10. So it reduces to 1, and this becomes 10. So 9 minus 6 is 3, and this has come down, which is 931 meter. That is for C. Whenever we are trying like this, we can draw a diagram like this. But anyway, expressing them as a ratio is the best option to go for. We'll try to express them as a ratio, then only we know what we are doing. So A to B to C, actually 1000 to 950 to 931. So now, in a 950 meter race, B can give C a start off. We are going to subtract them. That gives us 19 meters. So what we are going to do means, this is for 950 meter race. For 1 meter race, what it would be, we need to divide it by 950. In order to convert that to a 1000 meter race, we are going to multiply with 1000 on both the sides. So that would give us, we are going to cancel the zeros. Anyway, the final answer is 20 meters. If we simplify this, we are getting 20 meters. So this is our final answer. Now let's move on to the next question. In this question, they are talking about race A and B can cover a 200 meter race in 20 seconds and 25 seconds respectively. When A finished the race, the B is at what distance from the finishing line? A is the winner anyway, but at the time particularly, B is at what distance from the finishing line? That is about the question. So now, well, think about our B distance covered by B in 25 seconds. In 25 seconds, B is covering 200 meters. Of course, the options are 24 meter, 30 meter, 48 meter, 54 meter. Now we'll continue the working part. Now, this is for 25 seconds. At 22 seconds only, A is covering the finishing line. A is actually winning. So we should know what B has covered at 22 seconds. So distance covered by B in 22 seconds. That is actually the distance over the time what B has taken. That is actually 25 seconds. Along with that 22 seconds we should consider, because that's the time wherever A has taken. So now if we simplify this, if we cancel this one by one, we are getting the answer to be 176 meter. If we simplify this, we are getting the answer as 176 meter. Yeah, of course, 25 goes into 200 8 times. So 8 times 22 is this one. And they're talking about the finishing line. I mean, B is at what distance from the finishing line, not the distance covered by B at that time. So what we are going to do means, B was at a distance. We are going to find the difference between them. So that will give us the required answer, what we want to know. So if you take away 176 from 200, it tells us that 24 meter from the finishing line, B was there. So our answer is 24 meter, option A. Now let's move on to the next question. Here they have given again a 1000 meter race. In a 1,000-meter race, A can beat B by 100 meter. In a race of 400 meter, B can beat C by 40 meter. In a race of 500 meter, by what margin A will beat C? The options are 95 meter, 85 meter, 75 meter, 55 meter. So whenever these kind of questions, if we come across, it's better to express them as a ratio. So let's put the heading as 100-meter race. A is actually covering 1,000 meter. In that, B is covering how much? We need to take away 100 from 1,000. That gives us 900. So this is our A and B. Now, in a 400 meter race, B is actually covering 400 meter. Whereas we need to take away 40 from 400. That gives us 360. If we do the subtraction, yeah, of course, we are getting 360. So 360 meter for our C. Now we need to express them as a ratio. Then only we can think in terms of 500 meter. So let's express them as a ratio. So actually, we'll consider A to B first, then only we can find the LCM between them and we can find the common value for B because B is there in both the races. So A is to B is actually 1,000 is to 900 and not only that, B is to C is actually 400 is to 360. We'll try to simplify our B is to C. So if we divide by 4, this gives us 100. In the same way, dividing by 4, this gives us 90. Now, if we take LCM for 900 and 100, 900 is our LCM. So we can convert this value 100 to be 900 so that it will match with this particular first ratio. So how to convert? We need to multiply with 9 so that becomes 900 is to 810. Now we can express them as a overall ratio. So that is nothing but 1,000 to 900 to 810. Anyway, the question is on A is to C. So 810 and they are asking about 500 meter. So in a race of 500 meter, A is covering 500 meter as usual. If it's so, C would be what? Now, half of 1,000 is 500. So divide by 2 throughout. That will give us 500 is to 405. So C is covering actually 405 and they are asking you A beats C by how many meters? So we need to find the difference between them. In a 500 meter race, A beats C by 500 minus 405 meter, that is equal to 95 meter. So A is our right option. Hope this video is useful to you. Thanks for watching. Happy mathing.